in Lagos State. I will get a correction to that name in a bit. I beg your pardon. Joining us next is Niniola Adegoke. He is a respected public affairs analyst who has studied governance issues in Nigeria extensively. And also third guest is Onikeku Quadri, the former special assistant to the executive chairman of Coca Aguda LCDA in Lagos. And of course, finally, we have Mr. Femi Falowo. He is councillor candidate for Amur Odofin. All gentlemen, you are welcome. Grand to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm spoiled for choice who to start with, but let me start with Mr. Niniola here. Mr. Niniola, first off, if we were to ask you to define what the essence of a local government is in Nigeria, especially how it affects the people and their connection to the government, how would you describe it? Would you say that it is properly functioning currently or that it needs help?
Well, let me start with this. Local government in Nigeria all local governments in Nigeria presently are doing well compared with the past. Take Lagos State, for instance. We are going to use Lagos State as a template in this case. We have 20 local government, 20 LDAs and 37 LCDA. And what led to the LCDA is they look for way. The incumbent president look for means, to speed up the rate of development in Lagos State. And for that reason, the ideal of LCDA came in. That was between 1999 and 2007. And thank God that LCDA is still in existence, and more states are buying the ideas. Lagos State, under the APC leadership, they are doing very, very well. Yes, I agree that Nigerians expect more when it comes to accountability, service delivery, and others. Take this for instance, in terms of primary health care. If you look at the various wards now, I'm from Agege. All wards in Agege now, they have their own primary health care. You don't have to go to the general hospital, which is the secondary, or probably go to the last for any basic treatment. And these structures, they are not just there, they are well equipped. You can try it today, visit any of the.
So in summary, would you say they
are doing better. They are doing very, very well.
Are they doing good? Is there room for improvement then?
There's always room in everything you are doing in life. There must be always room for improvement.
Well, let me come to Mr.
So APC is doing well.
The smirk on your face, first of all, but then again, let's ask you the same question. Do you believe that there's plenty of room for improvement when it comes to LCD, the local government? And let's also consider the connection of the people with their local government chairman, their local government officers. Do they even know what a local government is, or how it functions, or how it relates to them in governance?
Certainly the answers are staring us in the face, because oftentimes it's when you look at democracy and how it is designed to function, you will see a problem when you get to the local government level. Number one, the people don't even know who the local government chairman is. So let's give an example. The local government chairman, let's say, for example, Ikeja, he doesn't live there. The local government is living, his chairman is living somewhere in Ikoyi or somewhere in Ireland. It's a contrast. And number two, if democracy is going to work, if people are going to have access to better services, he mentioned room. There's room for development. There's room for improvement. And there's a whole lot that needs to be done. If Nigerians are going to smell, if Lagosians are going to smell the benefit of democracy. Because what I see and what we see is that government only works for less than 10% of the people. Those who are the cronies, the governor, the people that are selected to manage local government. We're hoping with this election, maybe there will be a bit of freedom that will allow for initiatives, local solution to the issues of drainages, to the issues of environment, to the issues of social welfare, and to the issues of youth development. Go around your communities. You see young people in drug, helpless. What is the local government doing? And when you engage them, what you find out is that, oh, the government is centralized, is when the governor decides to look at you, depending on how much you can do, yes, sir. That's what determines.
Have you ever vied for office at the local government level yourself?
I mean, we have said 2027 coming. We have a lot of young people contesting in this election that is happening on the 12th of.
And of course, with you, it doesn't matter which party these young people are from, does
Yes.
it? You just have youth representation.
Yes, we just have to have young people who live in those communities.
We've got a solution here, because Mr. Femi is actually contesting.
Fantastic.
So, Mr. Femi, you've just heard, especially what Mr. Shea's, and also please note what Mr. Niniola told regarding the needs of people at the local government level. As you're contesting for council, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, you're right.
Under the SDP. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So what exactly would you be looking out for? What should be the main focus for anyone who is actually vying for office to the advantage of the citizens?
Like I've always said, people in my community know I've always been involved in youth engagement and participation. So I'm concerned about the youth. The youth have not been taken care of in our community.
This is which community exactly? Okay, because this is where I come from. I live in Festa.
Yeah, I've always been with the youth. I was born in Amuodofin. That's my heritage. So I'm not just coming, I've been there. So I know exactly, I know the nomenclature of the environment. So we have been in talks with the youth. Even before now, before the forthcoming election, we have done a survey as a media personality. In the neighborhood, we have so many challenges. The youth, no vocabulary engagement, no social welfare. You look at them in the morning, when you wake up, you don't want Monday to come. Because when Monday comes, people will see you. You will be dodging. Because no engagement.
So your survey identified what exactly, especially in the Amuodofin area, what exactly do the people want?
The people want good representation.
Okay.
Someone that can prioritize their need. Someone that knows exactly what they need.
What are these needs is the question.
Number one, look at the roads. We have bad roads in Amuodofin. Look at Festac, where you come from.
Yes.
The roads are porous. So from there, look at other places. The whole of Festac is messed up. So we have people driving through that route. The cars are not working. Look at the health sector. The elderly people, they can't afford basic drugs. If you have an elderly person in your house or in your community and you are very conversant with people, you understand that these drugs are too expensive. Nobody is talking about these things. People are just talking about the election. What about the people? Are the people not important? Now, I will tell you, when we even talk about the issue of security, that was another aspect, is alarming. If you check, I don't want to go into details so that I don't want to.
Oh, do feel free to.
If you check the issue, something happened in our environment generally. The security was just too porous. That was why I was going back to youth engagement, youth participation. When you leave your youth, you think when you have something to do, when you have election, that's when you need them.
Okay.
You are breathing. What are you breathing?
Okay. Okay.
So let's come back to our grassroots. That's why we have decided to come to change the narrative.
Okay.
So we are okay.
So Femi, I'm going to come back to you. Mr. Shea, I need you to note something on the character of local government representation for the people. I'm going to come back to you with that question. But Mr. Quadri, let's talk about succession. Succession when it comes to local government representatives. In Nigeria, even the citizens don't really know. I speak for the local area where I am, don't even know who their local government representatives are. Why is this a problem, and how does that affect succession? You have a situation where you have these representatives who purport to actually say, okay, we're representing the people, but the basic needs that the people need, like Mr. Femi has just said, like roads in Festac, for instance, and all across Lagos, or even all across Nigeria, they are still left there like as if there is no governance inside of these communities. So what gives there? How come there seems to be a very lackadaisical response to people's needs from the local government level?
Thank you once again. My name is Quadri, as I said, and thank you for having me. Well, I think basically, addressing your question, you talk about succession and the needs of the people. I want to use my own local government as a case study, Aguda, under former Sule local government. My brother has said a lot of things about what the sitting president did based on trying to break down the local government into LCDA and LGA. It is not news again that the local government is meant to be the closest to the people. And when you talk about the closest, for example, look at this hall we are now. Look at this little space that we are using to talk. Look at all this empty space. What I'm trying to drive is that because it is too wide, the local government is too wide for one person to manage, and that is the reason why we break it down. Now that they are breaking it down, my local government as a case studies, you come to Aguda now, in fact, Surulere as a whole, to the glory of God, a lot of development is there.
And are the people satisfied in Surulere?
Human need.
Like healthcare, like schools,
you want me to talk about
amenities.
Healthcare in my own local government, like you said, we have 7 wards in the entire local government.
Sorry, before you go too far, let me redefine this. If I live in Surulere and I have a need, how do I go about making sure that my local government representative is aware of it? Do I have to actually even do that, or would they already use their own initiative to say the people need so and so? What is the listening ear that the representatives have for the people?
Thank you very much. Let me answer that question by saying that part of the foresight of the current president was to have a CDA. Inside the local government, we have various CDAs. These CDAs are the closest to anybody. No matter where you stay, you must have a landlord association in your area, which they are part of the CDA. If there is any need at all, you discuss there through the CDAs, comes direct to the local government, through the councillor. And to the glory of God, in my own local government, everybody that have served in that local government till today still reside in that local government. I don't know why it happened like that, but I believe that if you want to have a proper and meaningful representation, you must live within. And do you know why? I use my own case, my own as an example. During NSAS, if we are not on ground, a lot of things must have happened. We saw a lot of burning and stuff around.
So for representation to happen, first of the representatives must live within that community. I think you noted that, if I'm not mistaken, Shay. But then I did say I was going to come back to you regarding the character of these representatives inside of these local government areas. One would argue, there are many of these arguments out there, that the reason why people seek these offices, and this goes to everybody, is because they have, well, financial interests, that they want to make money out of the position. First off, is this true or is this wrong? Am I correct?
You are absolutely 100% correct. Because if you check the character, if you engage, you would see that the first thing that happens at the local government is that a governor wants to have his own cronies. When money comes, go to local government across Nigeria and engage. Let me give you an example in Ogun State. For example, some things happened last year where a local government chairman was trying to, stand up for his own people, demand for accountability, and get things done in Ogun State, somewhere I think in Ijebu also. And this same thing also happened in Lagos State. Ali Moshel, for example. I know that the local government, the guy who was there was suspended because the resources that came from Ali Moshel, that happens to be the biggest local government in Lagos State, he was asking for more share of the representation, of the reforms to go to development in that. He was suspended. He had to go and beg. So these are some of the things. So number one, people are not allowed to express themselves. So there's no innovation. There's no character. You have to just be there and listen to whatever they tell you. And even you cannot even, because there's no competition. But for local government to work, there has to be competition. People must be able to come up with their own local solution to the problem in that environment. And the idea of somebody sitting somewhere, in Abuja, in State House, one senator sit down in one place who lives maybe far away in Badagry, or let's say he's representing Lagos Central, is determining the person who will be local government chairman in Agege or in Ikeja, where he doesn't engage the people. They take somebody from, let's say, Lagos mainland to go and be a chairman in Ekpe. It doesn't work. So the people themselves know the people who are passionate about the need of the people. That is how you are going to get it solved. Okay. So the character of the people you mentioned needs to be brought to the forefront. Okay. Without having people who have character such as leadership, empathy. When we talk about capacity to actually, capacity to actually solve the problem. Okay. Because these problems are local.
Yes, exactly. Indeed, and that's what we're talking about. We have so much to talk about, so I'm really trying to manage time here. One of which is actually local government autonomy. So I'm going to be coming to that. But to wrap this up about character of individuals who are vying for offices at the local government level, I want to talk to Mr. Niniola here. How can we, or is there a process with which to sieve through these characters that are vying for these offices to note that, fine, this person is not going because they want to accrue wealth for themselves? What process there lies in?
Well, when it comes to leadership recruitment process, in my party, we have a very good and fantastic leadership recruitment process. But before coming to that, let me quickly react to what he said.
Go ahead.
Concerning a particular local government chairman at Alimo who was suspended. You see, when you want to win people's hearts, you don't need to fabricate a story. So what he said is completely out of what exactly transpired.
Tell us what transpired then.
What transpired is this. There is a particular land that people are using in the community for markets. And this land belongs to a Jigbadero family. And it has been in existence for years. But it's under the local government in terms of management. There is a management process in place. Okay. In a situation whereby Delhi, who happens to be, that is the outgoing local government chairman, they try to manipulate some certain things, and the State House of Assembly call him into order. Okay. Do you understand me now? It has nothing to do with local government resources. So when you want to speak on something...
What exactly did he try to manipulate?
Hold on. He tried to manipulate on the management of the market. Okay. Do you understand me? And the entire Lagos State House of Assembly correct him, put him in order. Tell him that
this manipulation was for his own advantage.
It was for his own advantage and his own
cause. This feeds into what we're talking about
let me give you
for offices in local government. This feeds into what we're talking about when we talk about the character of people going into vying for office in the local government area. And I asked you exactly what processes lie in
the character you made mention. The character you made mention. You see, theoretical politics is different from practical one. You that you are interviewing us, when you get to that place, the story will change the following day. I'm putting it to you. If you don't have such in mind, just put it somewhere that in future, if you're going to any political office, then prepare for something different.
Do you think you would change if you were to be given...
Change in what way?
Well, like you have just said, if I was to be in that
situation... I'm going to change positively.
Yes.
Change is constant. Okay. And let me quickly talk about the character you mentioned. You see, you made mention of capacity, foresight, leadership, responsibility to show that responsibility. None of the candidates on APC list presently, or probably the previous one, that lack those characters. Okay. But you see, our society is corrupt to the extent that corruption is of different forms. Most people see politicians as a corrupt set of people. But trust me, the people outside there, the public, many of them that are not holding any political offices, they are even more corrupt than the one in the office. Although I'm not glorifying corruption. Okay. Don't get me wrong. This is how it works. You see, when your leader says, okay, this is what is available in our community, let's make use of it. In terms of palliative, let me use palliative for instance. The local government cannot be, local